Hello and welcome to Rita's Roost. I've come up here to my little house where I have my quilt machine. Some of you guys have asked about my quilt machine, and this is it. The light's going to be bright in that window, but it's a King quilter. See if I can show it to you just a little bit. Oh, and it goes all the way across the little living room of this house. And let's see. Well, can't get it all in the camera, but it's a pretty big setup. Now I'm going to set this down and I'm going to talk to you just for a little bit while I load this other quilt. Well, that's bright, but I've got a little window air conditioner. But I brought this quilt up here and I'm going to put it on the machine and get it quilted. I would show you the pattern I'm going to use on it, but I'll have to do that later, maybe when it's finished. And I've got the batting cut. I'm going to lay this here on the floor beside me while I pin in the lining. This is my backing. I've got it all ready to pin in. And I'll just work for a little bit and then I'll turn this video off. I've got my pins, my magnetic bowl that sticks on my machine. Let's see what we can do here. It's been a few days since I've quilted one, so I've got to think what I did. You ever do that? If it's a while before you do something, you have to think, well, how did I do that? And what I have done is I've marked the center. I've marked the center of this lining. And I think, and I've got a center on this leader here, and I'm going to start pinning it. Find that little mark I made again. It's purple. Where did it go? It's purple. I put it right there. Now I've got to get my pins. They're over here in the wrong spot too. Alright, let's stick them right there. Don't fall off. I'll need you to find the center here. And I'm just going to pin it. Then I'll roll it. I'll pin this in here. Then I'll roll it and tighten it up and put the batting on there. And then I'll put the top on there. It'll take a few minutes to get all set up to quilt. I'm not sure if I'll stay up here long enough today to finish it. Like I've told you guys before, I have to go across the field to this little house up here. I need a quilt room down at my house where I live, in my kitchen, because you guys know that in my kitchen's where I always work. Now I've got some pins in that side. I've got to do the other half. So I'm going to move down here. Put another pin right there. Now that side's pinned. I'm gonna roll this onto here. Straighten it out and keep it tight. Run my hand down through there, but I don't want to get caught in them pins. Well, I should have walked down here and straightened that out. It had a little wrinkle in it. This is not a computerized machine. It won't run itself. When I get it all set up, I'll have to run it. I'll have to do the work. Isn't that back going to be pretty? Can you see that back? It's going to be beautiful. This is going to be a pretty quilt. I hope I can do it justice. And I'll work out so it'll come out flat when I'm done with it. I've got to pin the other side. I've got my center mark, and I've got a center here, and I'll start pinning this side. We get them pins. I set them down. I set them down over here. I've got to get them. Get it stay up there. I was kind of curious how long it takes me to pin one in here. I might just find out if I run this video till I get it in there. That'd tell me, wouldn't it? Of course, a little bit of time out to talk to the camera a bit. I'll keep pinning. Come down to this other side. kind of short, and I have to reach pretty far to reach them pins. Don't want that one. That's not one of my pins. Now that part's pinned. Let's see. I've got to. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to. There's this part here that I'm going to crank it a little bit. Set it. And then I'm going to tighten this part up. Now on this part here, now I'll show you what I've done. That's what I've done. Now I'm gonna put the batting on it. Let me set you back down. Here's my batting that I've cut it the size that I needed. Let me think. I don't want to get the short side and the long side mixed up. So I'm thinking here. I think it goes this way. I think. I'm going to open it up because it's doubled there. Next will come our quilt top. We're almost ready to quilt. Not quite yet. Oh, and I've been going 13 minutes. Let me get my long side here. And I would need to mark the center of it too. But since I've got these blocks and have 6 blocks, I know the third one in the middle of the third is going to be the center. Right there. Now it's ready for me to get the machine and baste it in there. This is the part I always hate doing. It seems like getting started sometimes the hardest part of it. But it's in there. And I'm ready. Me and this machine, you know, I told you this was a king quilter. Well, I called him Charlie. So, like King Charles, we're going to call him Charlie. So, me and Charlie's ready to go to work. Let me show you the top one more time. This is the one I'm going to quilt. Alright, I'll get off here now and I'll get busy and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.